Well, good morning internets. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. Once again, not sure how the day is going to unfold, but it'll be a day nonetheless, and it'll be a good day as well. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, today I got some running around I need to do. Finish my list of things to secure my summer plans. If I can get those secured, then we can work on the next part of the list, and then we'll be good to go for the summer. Well, not sure if y'all can see this, but I am currently doing some Maxwell's World videos. Doing some uploading finally and getting some content up to the Maxwell's World. It has been pretty much almost a year, give or take a week or three, since my last Maxwell's World video went up. But during this year it's been a very, very crazy year. I was vlogging a bit, but I had to take a break for a few months vlogging, and of course continued or started up vlogging here this spring again, trying to do it more regularly. And I'm not saying I am back, but one step at a time and one day at a time. Well, yesterday was a busy day. Like I mentioned there, did some running around trying to see what I can borrow to use for the summer, trying to see what I can, what's available for me to use to enjoy the summer with, and trying to live my life the best I can with what I have at hand, what I have to use and what I have to borrow. And it's an interesting task, because when you're used to having everything at hand, whether it's a truck or a trailer or tools or a camper or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's not there for the first time in your life, it's like, what do you do? What can you do? You're at the mercy of others around you to take mercy on you and let you use their truck or trailer or camping needs or tools. And I'm not like that. I always had my own. I never did borrow anything, and I mean anything. I was always self-sufficient, and I guess it is what it is. Well, yesterday was a bit of an emotional day. They put my old house up on the market. They had a appraiser go through it, and the number that the appraiser gave late last fall is about $7,000 more than the price they've actually got it listed for. And that was insanely low, the price the appraiser had. And the price they have it listed for is about the same price that the realtors were telling me, on the low side, of course. They were telling me what they could figure they could probably get for it. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe this winter there was more issues because it sat empty with, I would have to say, no gas on or very little heat. Maybe the pipes froze up, maybe the ceiling collapsed, or maybe the basement's full of water. All that things I used to maintain, and without somebody there, nobody will know nothing until they walk into it in the spring and they find out they have a 740 square foot indoor pool. So they have it listed for, what would it be, $55,000 less than what I originally paid for the house. And then after 12 years, usually by paying off your mortgage, which I never missed a payment, always paid, sacrificing, scrimping, whatever it took to pay that mortgage. I owed $189,000. I owed what would have been about $30,000 more than that. So they're taking like a $70,000 loss on top of. However, they're not taking a loss at all. I'm the one that's getting tarred and feathered. The mortgage or loan was insured. The bank got paid back their money. They're sitting all happy, and they really didn't care, because in the end they got all that interest over the 12 years and got to screw somebody over that was in desperate need of help. You know, looking back on it, I never would have got it paid for. I never would have got it paid down. Never. Given the circumstances that happened in my life over the last 12 years, not to mention the workplace incident 6 years ago that changed everything big time, it still wouldn't have been a good thing, you know, because just the way things fell, you end up owing more on the house than what you paid for it. And 12 years earlier, it doesn't make any sense, but that's the way the system works, right? The workplace accident or incident or whatever the heck you want to call it sure changed my life. Up to that point, I was keeping my head above water, being able to maintain the yard, pay the bills, work, you know, take extra to pay bills or have fun money with. And after the accident, then things just went downhill. I wasn't able to work. I got sick. I was having more health issues, the stress, the anxiety, the improper medical treatments, you know, missing work, not getting the proper money I needed, paying for doctor's visits out of pocket because they wouldn't reimburse me. They wouldn't pay for the full amount. And you know, I spent the better part of a year living in a motel, of all things, in the city. You know, how does one pay a motel bill and pay a mortgage, you know? I lived on microwave noodles because I couldn't afford anything else. And they didn't seem to care when I asked. You know, it's just the frustrations and anxiety and all the sacrifices I made, like selling the Silverado to pay the mortgage, or selling the camper trailer to pay the mortgage, or other things in my life that were of treasure, of value, selling them to put against the house. And you know, if I would have gave up years ago, I would be further ahead now. In fact, I could probably have bought the house outright with cash, given the money they want for it now, but I would never rebuy that house given what I know about it and the history of it. I would never buy it. It was not a house for your forever home. It was a starter home that you lived in for 5 years and then traded it off for something better. Never, ever, ever buy a home that is, I think it was 50 some odd years when I bought it. And that was 12 years ago, so it's 60 some odd now. And maintenance issues from the previous owners, foundation issues, roof issues, outdated windows and doors. I upgraded the furnace, hot water heater, and eavesdropping. But I should have kept that money, but at the time I wasn't ready to give up yet. I still had hope. It's kind of weird, the things we do to keep a sinking ship afloat. Where if we would have sold in 2009, we would have been further ahead, or 2012 we would have been further ahead, or even late 2013, early 2014, before the market crashed or dipped or whatever you want to call this wonderful thing. Still would have been further ahead, but you hang on and hang on and hang on and refinance 3 times over the years, which just adds another bulk to the sum, and you'll never get it paid off. Never. You know, you don't have a wife anymore, you don't have, you know, kids, you don't have a family, you have no reason to keep the house, and you are having issues at result of the house. And the best thing to do is just to cut it on loose. And that's what these people don't understand. They don't know where I come from. They don't know why I made the choice I made. They don't know what was leading up to the choice I made. They just judge me and say, well, why did you give up your house? Now you're renting and throwing your money away. Well, I threw my money away for 12 years, basically renting the house. You know, I would have thrown it away for probably another 12 to whatever it would have been years, and still wouldn't have had the mortgage paid for the way it was going. I have no idea the interest, because I'm no good at numbers. I have no idea the interest of the mortgage or what I was paying, but I've bought vehicles. I've bought probably 7 or so vehicles in the 12 years that I've been at the house. Don't ask, that's another story. And paid for those vehicles in the time that I was at the house, and with no trouble paying them off. And I don't understand why the money was not being paid for on the sum of the mortgage. The only thing that would make sense is their interest on that mortgage was so high that I was set up for failure the moment I signed the line 12 years ago, moving into that house. But sometimes you got to give up everything and start from fresh, start new to move on forward, especially with a never-ending toxic dark situation like that, because there was only one other way that it was going to work out if I stayed there. And last year, about this time of year, I made the choice not to go that way, even after plenty of hours of planning, plenty of ways of thinking about it, and it's just the way things work, right? I went a different direction, and I'm still here today to talk about it. Maybe someday I'll be able to help somebody that is going through the same thing that I went through a few years earlier. Just right now, it's still fresh in my mind, and still hurts seeing the pictures of the house listed online, the memories of the projects I did, the fun I had, the family get-togethers, and the good times overshadow the bad times, and you kind of second guess yourself, but at the same time you realize that it was the way it had to be. Things worked out the way they had to be for you this time. But pretty much, guys, off and running here. Got a little bit long-winded on this part of the vlog, but I guess it's the way it is. And around we go. Well, hello internets, here we are. Little bit of a early afternoon update. Well, went out this morning to my doctor's appointment, and got that over and done with. He's been in touch with the specialist. I guess they've had a couple of conversations about me, which can be both a good thing and a bad thing. Discussing possible courses of a new treatment or new ways of doing things. It kinda is what it is, right? There might be something big coming up here in another year or something, depends on the waiting list. My old doctor didn't do what he was supposed to do, surprise, surprise. And we'll have to re-wait and see what happens there. There's a few more tests, a few more specialist appointments in the city, a few more things he is wanting to do to narrow out things, or to try to decide what's going on more, and it is kind of what it's going to be. One thing I will say that is kind of nice, kind of positive, is he's not a pill pusher. He's not the kind of doctor that prescribes a pill just because it's the pill of the month and he wants to get his quota up. Sometimes he's almost the opposite way, where he doesn't want to prescribe and wants to see what happens before he prescribes, which can be a good thing or can be a bad thing, I guess, because maybe the course of action, this new pill would have been better 6 months ago, instead of waiting 6 months for to see what happens before you prescribe it. But with these pills, the way they are, is there's side effects on everything, you know, and side effects upon side effects upon side effects upon the original cause is never a good thing. And then pretty soon you're sitting at 12 pills, like I was before, that really didn't seem to be doing much of anything for anything. But got that over and done with. Got a couple of running around things done. Just about to head her on inside. Trying to decide if I want to do a couple things or if I want to just crash for a bit. Feeling a little bit rough. We'll have to play it by ear. And, well, see how it goes. Well, hello internets. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. Not a really exciting day per se, not a real big day in terms of kind of like what yesterday was, but everybody needs a quieter day now and again to recover and such. Trying to find a happy medium, balance if you would, between not doing anything at all and overdoing it and ending up hurting myself. Which is easier said than done, because each day is different from the previous day. You know, you just kind of got to listen to yourself, and well, when you know you've done too much, stop and you know, rest or relax or whatever, and then that's it for the day. Currently editing up some road footage, pretty much, look, you can tell. It is the stuff that I shot yesterday, but it'll be ready for an upcoming video probably in another 3 or so months. There will be a clip of this in a vlog coming up in probably another month or so. 3 weeks to a month, I'm not quite sure of my timeline. But planning out videos, planning out things, not hitting it too hard by far. It's looking like I'm going to be uploading regularly 2 days a week. And then every second Saturday there could be a road footage type of video. It's a far cry from uploading every day like I was, and some days were twice a day as well, but at the same time I don't want to hit it too hard coming back. And like I mentioned in other vlogs with the variables about, you know, no place to shoot new videos and all that stuff, so just taking her light, taking her easy, and well, it'll be what it is. Like I said, trying to find a happy balance between everything, and hopefully things can work out for the better, well, when they are ready. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.